You're a
about that.
ski patroller.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of like fucked up things?
Not too much. I've seen more fucked up things as an EMT, but I started when I was 16. You can actually start when you're 15 as a ski patroller.
You're telling me I could get fucking decapitated and they would send a 16-year-old?
I swear to God. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm really good. How are you, Lyle?
I'm doing better now that I am awake and alert.
Okay.
I don't know if that made
Good.
any fucking sense, but what are you doing?
It does. I'm putting together an IKEA table. I'm hanging out with my cat. He's turning 19 in a few weeks.
Your cat's
So-
turning 19? How old do cats live to? That's a depressing question to ask, but I'm curious.
So I adopted him when he was 17. I read that they become senior when they're 12. The average, expected, I guess, lifespan is 15. But he's just chugging along.
Okay. All right, so you got a cat that's old. Have you had the cat for 19 years, or did you find him when he was 15 or something?
No. So I only adopted him about a year ago. My aunt was fostering him. One of her best friends runs a foster, organization for cats.
Yeah.
And this family abandoned the cat. They gave a bunch of weird reasons, but including oh, well, it's our daughter's cat and she got into drugs or something. And then they also said that their other cat had just died and they didn't want to go through it again. But then I was reading his vet records and they were super rich and taking him for cat acupuncture and chiropractic adjustments. And feeding him this raw organic turkey stuff. I don't know. The whole situation was pretty weird, but overall they just abandoned him. And then I met him because my aunt was fostering him, and I was like, "Oh my God, I need this."
Wait a minute. So here's what I'm curious about: is they gave the cat up for adoption to a foster cat place?
Yeah, and so.
Oh, okay.
So
that's not. I
they
wouldn't.
gave the
And
cat
I don't. I feel like that's not a. When you say abandon the cat, I thought they put him in the dumpster or something.
But if you're I agree. Yeah, that I agree. That makes sense. But also, there's so many animals that need homes. It's you can't take care of your own cat for a couple more years. But I
don't know. I would. Can I? And I don't know. I don't know anything about dogs, but if the family knows that they can't take good care of the cat, wouldn't it be better for them to give up the cat to somebody who can do it competently?
Yes, but the family was rich and they just didn't want to watch the cat pass away.
Ooh, oh,
And
you know
they,
what?
admitted
That is kind of, that makes a lot of sense. To
yeah.
They getting all the good parts in, and then when it's time for the cat to die, they're like, let somebody else do the sad stuff.
Right? Wait, here he is. He's going to say hello. Give him meow, Sammy. He's sniffing my phone. You'll hear him meow in a minute. But yeah, so he's a little sick right now, but he's my love and joy. He looks like a 4-year-old cat, and I'm only 22, so he's we're only 4 years apart. Because I'm about to turn 23, and so he came to college with me, and so he was a little celebrity. We were calling him freshman boy, living with the senior girls.
That's kind of funny that you guys. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, you guys are pretty close in age. I'm sure you have a lot.
Yeah,
you know, if he weren't a cat, you'd probably have a lot in common.
Yeah, right. It'd be a little sketchy. He'd be a little barely legal, but it'd be fine.
So okay, so they pawn the depressing stuff off to you. Look, and look, say what you will about it, but that's kind of a smart move on their part.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because the main con of having an adorable animal friend is that it will inevitably die a slow, painful death, leaving you with tears and grief. What if people did that with their family members? I guess they kind of do.
That's hospice.
Yeah, it's what hospice is. you know.
I think hospice is like a more humane thing. I feel like it's like nursing homes where it's like, and I worked as an EMT for a while, and like, there's so many, and I mean, like, of course, a lot of people are in situations where they have to like give their family members like to a home. But like, you know, like there's a lot of people who will like keep their elderly family members alive for a very long time, who could easily just like go into hospice and like pass like a dignified, peaceful death, but instead they want to keep like 90-year-old papa on like a ventilator and dialysis.
Okay, wait a minute.
You know?
Okay, now here's the thing. You're flipping on me here because you were anti the rich people taking care of the cat, and they didn't. You were anti the rich people giving the cat away, but you're like, with a person, you should give them away to the hospice and not take care of them. So you have opposing viewpoints for how to, you know, properly deal with an old cat versus an old guy.
See, I feel like I don't think my points are completely opposing, because what I'd say is like, I mean, with this cat, like, I'm taking care of him, but like, I'm not going to put him through like hell with medical treatments and everything and like chemo and shit. Like, I'd never do that to him, right? Like, I just let him like ride it out and everything. But like, since I care about him, like, I'm gonna watch him get sick, and I'm gonna be there for him and take care of him because he's my loved one and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, and like, but like for a human, like, I think that like you should take care of your loved ones and everything,
Yeah.
and you should let them like pass like a dignified, peaceful death. But there's people who like will pawn them off but still make their family members go through a bunch of shit. But I guess it's different. I guess they're different things. I think I did go on a tangent with the old people stuff.
Well, no, it's okay. The rich people who gave you the cat to watch suffer, they would call you a sucker. But I don't think that's true. I think there is dignity in watching a cat die that somebody else raised. Here's what I was thinking. Is have you ever seen Garfield 2: A Tale of Two Kitties?
No, should I?
Well, I haven't either, but I've seen the poster for it, and the poster seems to imply that I think the plot of that movie is similar. Again, I haven't seen it, but I think it's similar to your exact situation, because it's about like a rich aristocrat cat who like trades places with Garfield, who's like you know, I guess a sort of lives a middle class existence, and the rich cat now has to deal with you know, eating tuna out of a can, where he was, you know, before prepared these elegant meals and whatnot. And this kind of this reminds me a little bit of like this was like a rich pampered cat, and now he's like living in a college dorm, you know, eating ramen with the rest of us.
I did keep him on his bougie food. I spoiled it out of this cat.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What kind of
buy
bougie
him
food
the
does he
bougie
eat?
food.
What kind of bougie food does he eat?
So it's called Aunt Jenny's. It cost me $20 a week. It's fine. It's like really not the end of the world. And it's made. I literally am looking in my fridge right now. It's raw organic turkey with like alfalfa sprouts and papayas and almond meal and stuff.
Holy shit!
And the old family also like had kept him only in one bedroom, because they would also sedate him because he like they declawed him, right? So they pulled his claws out, which is unethical, right? I went through his whole vet record. And they would sedate him in the morning because he nibbles on your face to wake you up, and they didn't like that. But I get this cat all the toys. He has the run of the house. He was a college celebrity. He had an 18th birthday party. We had a little 18th birthday rager. And yeah, I still give him his organic food. So Sammy is living it up.
I have a question. You said it's unethical to declaw a cat. Do you think, and a genuine question, do you think it's unethical to neuter a dog?
Do I think it's unethical to neuter a dog? I haven't even like, I guess, mentally gone down that rabbit hole, but I don't. Maybe it's not a rabbit hole. I guess it's like an important thing.
It would be like a dog hole more, so.
Yeah. I feel like it's not, because there's so many like dogs who like the whole purpose of like neutering dogs is so that like they don't continue to like reproduce because there's so many already like stray dogs. Whereas like neutering a cat is like, I mean, not neutering, declawing a cat is like taking off like our fingernails. Like,
I feel like this whole call I've been arguing with you. I don't mean to do that.
No, that's okay. I love this.
Okay, good. I'm glad you enjoy this
Lyle, I love you. I'm just thrilled to be talking to you.
I'm thrilled to be talking to you too. I hope you don't think I'm being combative, but I am very curious because here's the thing, and I know you say it's unethical to declaw a cat, but it's fine to neuter a dog. If I had the choice between getting my fingernails clipped off or my penis cut off, I would choose the fingernails.
But it's not that here's the thing though, it's not your penis cut off. It's like getting, what's it called? A vasectomy. It's a vasectomy. And like a vasectomy is like not that bad, right? Like you can get that shit reversed. I don't know if dogs can get it reversed, but apparently like you just need like a bag of frozen peas on your balls for like the rest of the day. Whereas like can you reverse neuter a dog? I'm gonna Google that. I'm probably gonna be put on some kind of fucking weird list of weird dog guys. Are there any vets in the chat? Right?
Can you neuter? How do you spell neuter? A dog. NEURTER? I don't know. No, it wouldn't be RTER. It'd just be TER. Okay, I'm seeing. Okay, can you neuter it? Can you de-neuter a dog? Can you neuter a dog? Male dogs cannot be unneutered. Neutering involves removing the reproductive organs entirely, and it is irreversible. However, so it's irreversible. However, a vasectomy leaves the testes intact, so the body still has normal. Yeah, apparently they. By the way, I wouldn't be hard on yourself for not knowing that much about neutering a dog because it would be.
Right.
It would be strange if you knew a lot about neutering dogs. So
unless I was a vet, but
unless you were a vet,
like a human person.
Now, here's what the claws. Can the claws grow back?
No, they're permanently removed.
That doesn't make sense. It's not like fingernails. They can't just grow back.
No, it's like they pull them off like I personally imagine it like they pull them out like with pliers, like in the like the scary movies where they're torturing people. Like and it leaves cats apparently with like long-term psychological issues.
Here we go.
So like if your cat goes stray, like they can't defend themselves. They're just kind of screwed. But it's literally only so they don't scratch up your furniture.
The Humane Society says declawing can cause paw pain, back pain, infection, and lameness. That's weird that it just says lameness. Removing claws. Improperly removed claws. Apparently, improperly removed claws can regrow.
Interesting.
I don't know what that means. Right. I don't know what that means exactly though. But
maybe if they didn't like take the whole thing out.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm glad as human beings that we don't have to worry about getting neutered or declawed.
Yeah. At least not in this day and age.
At least not in this day and age, and in fucking we that's a privilege we have as people in America.
I agree.
Is that we don't have to get declawed.
Our God-given right as Americans.
Well, let's see. We talked for about 15 minutes about your cat. Before we go, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? I know that we kind of just talked about. I wasn't expecting to talk to you about dog neutering, but I'm glad we did. Is there anything else that you wanted to kind of talk about? I wanted to give you the opportunity for that if something was floating around in your brain.
Oh, thank you. I don't have anything particularly like weighing on me right now that I need to talk about. I figured out if you have any questions for like an EMT or ski patroller, I can answer those. If you ever have any questions
you're a
about that.
ski patroller.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of like fucked up things?
Yeah. Not too much. I've seen more fucked up things as an EMT. Not as much as a ski patroller. But I have. I've been doing, this is actually, I just finished my 7th year. I just volunteer. I do 20 days of the mountain a year.
Wait, you finished it? How old are you? Can I ask you how old you are?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm turning 23 in May, but I started when I was 16. You can actually start when you're 15 as a ski patroller, but you're not allowed to have patients on your own until you're 16.
Dude, you're telling me I could be you're telling me I could get fucking decapitated and they would send a 16-year-old?
I swear to God. I had a guy, I was literally like 17, and I had a 16-year-old who was like unconscious with a head injury. And like, it's like, y'all trust me with this stuff?
Holy shit.
But a lot of the protocols for like EMS aren't like too hard, you know? Like to become an EMT, it's like really like, it's like a 3-month full-time class.
So
you know?
wait, so there was a 16-year-old kid with like head trauma and you were 17 and they sent you?
Yes.
Holy shit. Did they just send you? Like you were alone?
I was the first one there, and then I called, you know, I mean, so the way it goes at my mountain at least is they send one person to check and see like what we need, and to like keep the person stable or do CPR or whatever you need at that moment. And then they call on the radio for some more people or just one other. Most calls you only need 2 people, because you need 2 people on the sled most of the time. But I of course called for way more people.
Dude, if I were 16 and they sent me to like, if I were 16 and they sent me to like talk to like a kid who had head trauma, I would be like, we need an adult.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really interesting, but it was, I think like being trusted with that and like training for that at such a young age, like instilled me with a lot of confidence that I've like carried on to have today. And it's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. I love it. There's people who like started doing it when they were like 16, 18. We have one guy on our team who's like 85. And he's like not skiing anymore, but he's still like helping run the clinic. It's insane. People just do it forever. But I love it. Yeah. It's weird being trusted with that at a young age.
Yeah, that would be I'd probably have a fucking heart attack and they'd have to send 3 other folks.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat just said, would you rather the 17-year-old come or the 85-year-old? I'd probably rather the 85-year-old.
I don't know. It depends on which 85-year-old. Like,
How so?
We have some of the guys on our team who are older, like, I would trust with, like, delivering my child, and they are not even, like, doctors or anything. I would just let them. Because I'm like, I trust you. It just depends on the person, I guess. But, like, here's the thing. Like, there's the medical care, and then there's getting down the mountain in the sled. Which quads do you trust more?
Yeah, I guess that's if we're talking about like physically needing to transfer you down a place or up a place, you know, that would make sense. Now, tell me why has it been such a great experience for you? It's like I guess you said it gave you the confidence to like deal with crazy shit. Yeah,
and I've met some amazing people. It helped me a lot through nursing school, having that background. And I just accepted my first nursing job. I'm going to be in a pediatric ICU, and I'm kind of like, you know, I'm kind of like, all right, well, if I could do that as a 16-year-old, I could figure anything else out, you know?
You're going to be in a pediatric ICU.
Yeah. It'll be a nurse residency, though.
Are you?
So, like, I have extra training.
Are you gonna see some like really kind of fucked up shit?
Yeah, I mean, like you are. I kind of like just already kind of have in my career, and like my perspective on it is like, fucked up shit happens, regardless, all the time.
Yeah.
I can't watch Law and Order SVU. That shit makes me cry. But like being able to help in those moments, like just it doesn't bother me as much because I'm able to be in control of the situation and do something about it.
I like that. So you can't watch Law and Order SVU because it's like, even though it's fake, you're like, oh, I'm just a passive observer of these horrors. But at least, you know, in the ICU, you're like, oh, this is really fucked up, but I can do something about it.
Exactly. Yeah, like I can't stand and watch a code. I have to be doing something, or like tears will fall down my face. Like it's already happened. Like I can't. When I was a nursing student, like, and I had to watch a code once, I was like, I can't watch this. Like I started crying. But like if I've run codes by myself, you know, since I was 18, and like it's been fine, you know.
What is code?
A code on the ambulance, it usually means like CPR in progress. Because I did ski patrol and ambulance while I was in nursing school. But in the hospital, it could be like a stroke code. It could be, you know, just like, it depends kind of like where you are, like what terminology. It could be that someone's like bleeding out and about to, you know, like go into cardiac arrest. But code usually means cardiac arrest, in my experience so far, at least.
Okay. Well, you know, I like this perspective because you're very brave to do that because, like, you know, I mean, it's true. Fucked up shit happens, and I've always thought about, like, you know, the people who like show up at the scenes of, like, you know, crazy things, and like how that must affect them. You know, but the way that you talk about it, where you're like, I'm not as scared of it because I know what to do and I can actually like go in and help, as opposed to just being a like you were talking about, kind of a passive observer of these codes. You know, I like that. I'm glad that folks like you exist, so that, you know, when I get a paper cut, someone's brave enough to help me out and not you know, too grossed out. Thank you, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's also just exciting. I mean, like, a lot of people who do it just enjoy it a lot. It's interesting. It's fun. A lot of people like the pride that comes out of it, and I do too. But, yeah, it's nice being able to do something. You just have to study outside of work a lot and lean on your training.
Well, this was a pleasure talking to you about dog penises and being an EMT.
Thank you.
What is your name again?
Talking to you too. It's Michaela. I'll give you my real name today.
You could have given me a fake name. I mean, if you don't want to use your name, I can cut it out. But I mean,
If anyone heard this, the combination of the 19-year-old cat and the ski patroller and nurse thing, they'd be like, "Oh, that's Michaela," so it's fine. All right. I'm coming to your show in New York, so I'll see you there.
Oh shit! Yeah. That'll be awesome. Great. Yeah. I'm excited. See, okay, so I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna try to hold myself to it. And I don't know if I talked about this in a podcast already, but whatever. People, as I've been on the tour, people have been coming up to me and being like, "Oh, we talked on the phone before. Do you remember me?" And actually, half the time I do. Like, I met the girl who drank somebody's blood. I met the guy whose sister was addicted to VR video games. I met this dude who, he and I both licked an Xbox controller over the phone together. Like, nice. I've been meeting folks, and half the time I don't remember, but half the time I do. So if you're like, hey, we talked about neutering dogs and being an EMT, I am pretty sure I'll remember. So say that this was you. I won't remember your name, but I will remember what we talked about.
That is totally fine. I am thrilled. I'm excited. Thank you so much for giving me the time and everything. And I'm very excited for the show.
Thank you for saving all the children. Thank you for saving the mountain children. They are our future.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have an awesome night, Lyle.
You too. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
God, I would love a Save the Mountain Children t-shirt. How do I get one of those? Hey, Adrian. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. What's your life like?
Is this the Gecko?
This is the Gecko. That's
so crazy. Oh, my life's fine right now. it's been a lot of ups and downs.
Mhm.
I'm a little nervous.
That's okay. Tell me about the ups and downs if you want to.
Okay, I might get emotional. I just
Okay.
I got broken up with like on Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was the cause of this breakup?
I honestly don't know. She just said, I don't think we should be together, and I'm sorry.
Mm. Okay. How long were you dating her for?
Like 5 months.
Okay. What? Okay. Well, you said there were ups. What were the ups?
So like right before that, I had gone through a breakup, and well, I had met her, so that was the up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just been trying to grow more responsibly as an adult.
Yeah, I feel that. I think we're all kind of trying to do that. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 28.
Okay. So you say you're trying to grow more responsibly as an adult. In what way are you trying to do that?
I guess just not victimize myself and not rely on anybody for anything, and show up to work when I need to. That's it.
Well, why do you feel like you're not showing up to work when you need to?
Oh, because I don't have a car right now. So I was showing up like an hour late to work like every day for like a few months, and now I'm just taking the bus. And I get there on time.
Okay. What do you do?
I kind of do like woodwork.
You do woodwork.
Yeah.
What kind of wood are we talking about?
It's like all kinds of woods. We just make like luxury doors.
You make who's out here buying luxury doors?
Honestly, I don't know people in San Francisco a lot, but it's like from everywhere. They're all custom. It's crazy. They're expensive.
Is that something you would ever buy, a luxury door? I feel like if I have the extra money to apply luxury to an item in my life, I would pick something other than a door.
They're pretty cool doors. They open like accordions. It's kind of nice.
Okay. So, what are the ups aside from just meeting her?
Besides meeting her, well, I got over my ex before that, and that I didn't think I was ever gonna do that. And,
was meeting her kind of like a big catalyst for getting over your ex beforehand?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really notice how much it was until honestly kind of recently, till she broke up with me.
Why did you feel like you would never get over your ex?
Because I don't know. I think I loved her a lot. It was probably just like the most serious relationship I've ever been in. We just spent like almost every day together.
Why did you guys break up?
So I cheated. I cheated.
What was it that made you cheat, or what was kind of going through your mind when you were doing that?
All right. It's like a long story. So like I don't know. I was just like honestly a piece of shit at first. Like I just didn't care at all about the relationship. And then I don't know. So like I had cheated on her at some point, and then I told her, and then we broke up. We took a break, and in that break, she met some other people and hooked up. And then, I guess so. We got back together, and we hooked up the day we got back together, and then the next day she told me she hooked up with other people, and so we had like a big fight. But we got back together, and so like I was just mad for like like a solid year and a half about it. Like I don't know. I guess I just wanted to cheat on her back, and I did it.
So wait, you cheated on her first, or you guys took a
I
break?
cheated on her first.
Okay. All right, so you cheated on her first, and then you guys took a break, and then she hooked up with other people during the break, and that made you upset, and so you wanted to kind of hook up with other people again?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So, and how long ago was all this?
Oh man, it was like the beginning of last year.
Okay. And in your, like, lamenting, you said that this was kind of a thing you thought you would never get over. And in the dwelling of it, you know, what were you... Did you come to any, like, realizations? Did you come to any thoughts or feelings in a retrospective about that situation?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I just feel like I should have. Well, I was just thinking wrong the whole time, beginning part of the relationship, and I just wish I knew the things I know now, basically.
Tell me what you know now.
I don't know. I guess if someone's putting that much time in, they really do love you, and I don't think they want to ruin that on purpose. Just to show more affection and care, because I was kind of mean. I was a mean boyfriend, I think.
Why do you feel like you were mean?
Well, I have like this thing. I don't know. I just don't like to be touched a lot, and so like I wouldn't let my ex touch me a lot. Like when we cuddle, like hell yeah, you know. But like I don't know, we'd be smoking. She'd start touching me. I'd be like, I want to be touched right now. Stuff like that, like the little things, you know, like saying I love you or shit like that.
Okay. All right. So this ended, and then you kind of had this realization that I don't know. You had like a kind of reorganization of your character, and then you decided. How long ago did you how long was it between the end of that one and the beginning of a new one? The one that the girl that you just broke up with.
All right, so me and my this first ex, we stopped talking in September before her birthday. Because I had asked her, because like we were still talking for like months after we broke up, like probably like 9 months I think, and then we were just talking like I don't know, like I'd probably seen her maybe like a big handful of times, and then towards the end like we weren't really seeing each other at all, but just texting like every day.
Yeah. And
then at the end like she wasn't really texting me that much, and I asked her if she still wanted to keep talking to me or she wanted to keep trying to fix this, and she just told me that she had hooked up with people, and I just stopped completely replying to everything.
Wait, so she told you she was hooking up with, was she cheating on you?
Well, we weren't really together.
Oh, okay.
We were just talking.
Oh, okay. Wait, so you said you were with this most recent girl for 5 months though, so you weren't really together with her?
But I'm confused. Sorry.
I'm a little confused too. But maybe I wasn't listening hard enough. But All
right. So me and my first girlfriend, we broke up, and we were talking for like a solid 9 months, and then she told me that she had hooked up with people, and so I just pretty much ghosted her after that, and I pretty much met the new girlfriend like a few days later.
Yeah, see, yeah. So after you kind of had this like, so you know, you had this relationship with this first girl that you don't look back on too fondly, but then instead of like taking at least a little bit of time to process that, you went straight into a new relationship.
Yeah, I did.
Why do you feel like you did that?
Well, because I was like lonely for those months.
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
were talking. And well, I just wasn't hanging out with anybody for those months. I was just talking to my ex, and I really wanted some company.
Do you have friends?
No, honestly, like I do, but like I see my friends rarely.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I mean, I have a few thoughts, you know. I mean, you know, look, man, I feel like you might benefit from a little bit of time just to yourself to, like, you know, work on yourself and work on this loneliness. Because I found that, like, you know, if you're unhappy and lonely when you don't have a relationship's not really gonna fix that. You know, those are kind of like, at least in my experience, you know, I've had lots of times like that where I was really lonely and you know, sort of felt like a relationship was the thing that was gonna, you know, make my life so much better. And I think the pursuit of that and the obsession over that, you know, it didn't do me any favors. And I feel like if you were to redirect the energy that you're spending, really, you know, trying so hard to not be alone, to like go into your own brain and figure out why you're doing whatever it is you're doing, and you know, figure out more about you as a person alone, not attached to anyone. You know, and however long that takes, man, whether it's, you know, 1 year or 5 years or whatever, you know, I think you'll come back, you know, a different person, a little bit better equipped to be in a relationship, and, you know, not kind of be in this relationship because it's externally satisfying. You're trying to satisfy some internal desire with something external, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
Okay. So you've been tell me what conclusion you've come to about that.
About what exactly? Sorry.
Well, you said you've been thinking about it a lot. What conclusions have you come to, or thoughts have you been having?
Just, well, yeah, I just want to find out kind of who I am again. I haven't been single for like 5 years, maybe, or more.
You haven't been single for 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't even remember the stuff I like to do. I just like to play guitar a lot.
Mm-hmm. What's your name again?
Adrian. Well,
Adrian, listen, fucking take care of yourself, man. If you haven't been single for 5 years, I feel like you have some interest, an interesting opportunity to dive into your own brain, and maybe you'll emerge a little bit better.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Love each other. I don't know.
Thank you very much for calling, Adrian.
All right. Thanks, Lyle. Bye.
Take care, man.
Take care.
Hello, this is Ty. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Ty. What's up, man? How you doing?
You know, it's going. This is actually the first time I've gotten on here, and I've been calling for a while and listening for a better part of a year.
Oh, really? Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Here we are.
Yeah, man.
Tai. I like that name. That's a cool name. How do you spell it?
TAI, the Chinese way, but my parents are very white, and so am I.
Well, Tai, I mean, I'll start with this. It's okay if not. Is there anything in particular that you called in to want to talk about today?
Not really, man. I just wanted to get in a chat with you and just talk about whatever. I don't know if there's a specific prompt this time around, but you know, I was actually the one that commented about Sonic Heroes in the chat earlier.
Oh, you commented about, yes, somebody commented, have I ever played Sonic Heroes? And I replied by saying that I have. It's a great game. Have you played it?
You know, I did. Growing up on the old school Xbox, I played a lot of that in the old Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game. I don't know if you ever dabbled.
I'm familiar with it, but I've never really dabbled in it.
Pretty good.
I remember when so Sonic Heroes is about it's you play as teams of 3 of the Sonic characters, and each team is comprised of a speed character, a power character, and a flying character. And when I was a kid and I was playing that game, I would imagine like if my friends and I were in the Sonic Heroes game and what roles we would play. I was always a bigger kid, so I was the power. Even though I wasn't strong, I was just kind of fat. And then I'd have a friend who was fast. He'd be the speed guy. And then I guess we'd pick some kid to be the fly guy, even though it didn't make sense because he couldn't fly. He tried, but it didn't work because it's all imaginary. But yeah, I like that game. I haven't played really any of the Sonic games since.
Yeah, neither have I, man. And to be honest, I was never a huge fan of Sonic, but I was just thinking about, like, you know, childhood games and stuff that I used to play. And you were talking about Nintendo earlier.
Yeah.
And between that, I played a lot of the Lego Star Wars games too, man. I don't know if you played, like, the OG 2 trilogies or whatever. Those were a lot of fun. Other than that, though, man, I guess I do actually have something that just came up. My best friend is moving across the country next month, and I'm really bummed out about it, man.
Where are they moving to?
He's moving to Miami.
Okay, and where are you at?
I'm in Wisconsin.
What are they moving for?
So he just got a job for a really good tech company. He graduated with a he's going to graduate with a computer science degree this spring. And yeah, he's really well set up and everything. And it just kind of sucks, you know, because we just got super close and we listen to a lot of the same music and everything. And I don't know, he's just like the biggest part of my support network, I'd say. And it's just kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, tell me about the rest of your support network.
Well, that's actually another funny story because my parents, who I tend to talk to quite a bit for like life advice and stuff, are actually moving out of the country in May as well. So yeah, they're going. And then, yeah, I don't know. I'm just I think the best thing for me to do right now is just make new friends and try to kind of build up a support network that way. But it just kind of sucks because, you know, it was like the last 4 years of my life I spent with a lot of these people, and now we're all kind of going our separate ways.
Yeah. I feel like that is a good opportunity to make new friends. I'm trying to think what else. That's good. That's good about your parents, though, because, like, I get it when your parents are a big part of your support system and you don't want them to leave, but there's also a part of you that I think should be really happy for them that they're, like, doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, lots of people's parents just stay. Lots of people's parents have kids and then don't ever do anything else again with their lives. Sometimes a lot of them, you know, do it on purpose because they like it that way. But I feel like there's room for you to be, you know, I guess happy for your parents that they're, like, trying to do shit with their lives, you know? Like, if my mom told me that she was moving out of my hometown to go, you know, live in Taiwan for the rest of her life, and, you know, pledge allegiance to some god that she discovered, I'd be like, all right, well, that's a bummer that I'm not gonna be able to see as often, but do you? We're only alive for like 2 seconds. Might as well be happy that the people we care about are doing good things with their lives.
Oh, right. No, absolutely. I'm really excited for them because they're actually moving to an island in the Caribbean, out of all places.
Oh, wow.
I know, it's insane, but I think the thing that I'm most worried about isn't even for myself necessarily as far as, like, losing them, but for my younger sister, because she's still, like, just kind of starting college. She's about to finish her freshman year, and I'll be, like, the closest relative to her, so if something were to happen to her, I'd be, like, most responsible, which is insane to me because, like, I'm only 22, so.
What are you afraid is going to happen to your sister, man?
Well, she lives in a pretty big city at the moment. And I don't know, I mean, she's just an 18-year-old girl living in a city kind of on her own, far away from her parents. So, of course, it's just kind of the big brother part of me that kind of worries for her. I don't know. I certainly hope nothing happens to her, but if something does, it's on me basically to kind of drop everything and just make sure she's all right.
And she's in the same city as you are?
No, she's about, I'd say like 150 miles south.
Oh, all right. I mean, all right, so she might as well live in Japan. That's like a whole other place from you.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, I mean, that's commendable that you have that, instinct for her. That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, look, was she in college?
Yeah, she just started this past fall here.
All right. I mean, again, like with this whole, I feel like theme of this conversation, like I feel like you should be excited for her. It's scary being, freshly graduating high school, moving to a whole different place, but that's part of. I'm glad she's doing that instead of again, sitting at home and not doing anything or challenging herself in any way.
Yeah, that's fair. I completely understand that too. I know, and don't get me wrong, I'm super happy for her. I'm just saying, like, if something bad were to happen, it'd be on me. But no, she's a super bright kid, and she'll be all right. I don't fear very much for her at all. I think she's actually going to do pretty great things.
I think you're a super bright kid. I think you're going to be all right.
You know what, Geck? You too, man. I think you're doing all right.
I fucking hope, man. Goddamn. What's your name again?
I'm Ty.
Ty, what do you hope for the future, Ty? What do you want to do for the rest of your existence on the earth?
Well, I'm about to finish my degree here, and hopefully once I graduate, I want to move out of Wisconsin because there's nothing here but cows and angry people. So I think I'll probably move west and just try to do something in either like radio broadcasting, like producing, or do like podcast production or something like that. I really like the idea of kind of audio engineering, or I currently have a job as a camera operator right now as well. So I feel like just kind of being behind the scenes on either like a podcast or like any sort of like internet show or something would probably be ideal for me once I'm done graduating here.
What are you on a camera operator for?
So for the current university I attend, I film all their athletic events for ESPN Plus, and yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not like a huge sports guy, but it's really good resume builder, and I'm just trying to get anything I can at the moment,
You sound like a good guy. You sound like you're I don't know how to put this, but I'm excited for you.
I really appreciate that, man.
you have like you sound grounded. I don't know how to say that, but maybe that's what I mean.
No, I got you, man. And no, seriously, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Huh. Are you willing to kill someone for your sister?
it wouldn't be a first option, but if it came down to it, if it was like life or death, then I think, I probably
All right,
would.
somebody,
but I wouldn't be.
your sister is walking down the streets of this big city, and she accidentally bumps into somebody while she's walking. And the person that bumped into her doesn't say sorry, and so she asks you to kill them. Do you do it?
No, but you know what? If the person was just carrying a vat of acid on him, and when she brushed that guy's shoulder or whatever, and his clothes were made out of acid, as normal people clothes are, I would probably kill him then, because probably just hurt my sister. But in any case, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of beeps in the chat. So
well, I'm glad that you've. I'm glad to hear that you've thought of everything. Thank you for calling, Ty. You have a good rest of the night. Anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
I would just say that, watch Therapy Gecko and check out his tour coming up here.
Oh,
and
thanks, man.
yeah, buy some merch in the store. Bye, guys.
Take care, man. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm a gecko on the computer, man.
Aren't we all? You know something, Geck?
Yeah. Hit me.
I feel like... So I called him before. I had the 1-minute call at one point, and I talked to you about me suing my old job. I feel like...
sure. Yeah.
When I get this money from the settlement, I feel like I'm going to have a lot of people coming up to me, old friends that I haven't spoken to in years, asking me for financial help, And I don't want that, because I know I'm going to talk about it a little bit. But I don't want these people to come up to me and ask me, hey, can you give me this? Can you get me that? I have plans of what I want to do with the money.
Okay, so you sued your... Can you for those who have no idea what... I mean, start us from the beginning with no prior knowledge of any of this.
All right. So in 2021, I started working for... I was making like $16.50 an hour. It was amazing. Getting like almost $1,000 paychecks every 2 weeks. I was super happy with my job, super happy with customers and my managers and everybody. I had to move away from the state that I was living in, and I started working for the company in a different state. Right when I got out here, my manager told me, she said that the guys that work at the store either quit or they're fired. And I didn't know what that meant. But
those are the only two ways to not have a job, to leave the job.
Yeah, but it was a primarily female staff, so it was a very small amount of guys in the staff, So she said specifically the guys either quit or are fired. Okay. So I was like confused as to like what that meant. Maybe they weren't happy in the job, But I understood in a few months that it's because our boss tended to drop the hours of the guys and boost the hours of the girls so that they could have more time on the floor and in the store. Mm-hmm. I decided I didn't want to work at that store anymore, and I wanted to transfer. So I put in a transfer request, and my boss wrote me up for being late because I lived like 30 minutes away from the store. He made it impossible for me to transfer for like 6 months straight. So I started picking up shifts at other stores around the area. And then eventually when he caught on to that, he called those stores and told them not to let me work.
Okay.
And I was very upset about this because I was like, why aren't you letting me work? This isn't fair. And then when I brought it up to him, he fired me, and he told corporate, he lied to corporate. He called corporate and lied to them and said that I was offering customers drugs in the drive-thru to get me fired. After months of me complaining that I wasn't getting enough hours and everything. And I had to have no complaints from anybody at the store. No customers, no managers, no coworkers, you know. It was just him. So now that I'm suing them, my attorney had us set up a specific amount of money that I want. And the money that I said was $80,000. I don't know if I'm going to get that exact amount. I'm okay if I get less. If I get more, great. If I get that amount, amazing, you know. But I feel like when that money comes in, people are going to start hitting me up, asking me for money, asking me for help with different things.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. So we are severely putting our cart before the horse here. You don't even have this money, and it's not even a guarantee that you will win this case at all.
I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed because is a company that doesn't want to go to court. So they're more likely, my attorney told me this, that he's worked with a lot of cases against in the past.
Okay.
He says that they're a company that always wants to settle out of court. If they can do anything to get this case done and over with as quick as possible, they will do it.
So, okay.
So he says...
why? I have a few questions. Why do you think your boss was antagonizing you so much for no reason?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I've tried to like bring it up to my coworkers about it, and they've all said that he's always had something against the guys in the store, for no reason at all, seemingly. But I think the final straw of the you know, me being antagonized at work is him telling corporate that I was offering customers drugs.
And that's just a total
you have
straight...
to go out of your way to get that happen.
I mean, that's just a total, complete, straight lie.
Yes.
Fucking weird, man. You don't have any idea why this guy doesn't like you like that much enough to lie like that?
No, I don't know. I mean, maybe me being late a couple of times, but that doesn't really... I don't think that's grounds, you know?
He's probably just a sad guy.
Maybe.
Bizarre.
I don't know.
By the way, okay, listen. What do I think? I think if your friend asks you for $10,000, you say no.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Are you really like? I mean, are you really that concerned with your friends and family asking you for money? Like, what? I mean, what kind of people are in your circle so much that this is like a very serious, you know, thing that you're nervous about?
I mean, I've known a lot of people that I fear would be this way with money, and I've had people that I've had to like stop talking to because they've asked for things that I cannot provide them. You know, some people asking me, texting me, "Hey, do you have Cash App? I'm broke. I need money. This and that." I don't want to give people money. You know, I'm just trying to pay bills.
Well, you don't have to. And by the way, you don't. I mean, you don't have to give people money if you don't want to give them money, man. And also, you know what? I'm going to challenge you for this, all right? Look, if somebody hears that you got a whatever thing and they start asking you for a bunch of money, and you thought they were your friends, I'm going to challenge you. Look at it as a good thing, all right? Because it reveals, you know, about things about the people that you're close with. It reveals the things about the people that you're close with. So, in that sense, it can be a blessing, right? Because you now have more information about the people that you hold close, and that can sometimes be positive.
For sure, and you know what? People, my best friend, he's told me multiple times. I mean, jokingly, he's told me that, "Oh, I'm going to leech off of you now," but
you think,
I know he's not going to do it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it might actually be joking.
Yeah, but I don't want him to do that. I've known him for the past 7 years, you know. I don't think he's that type of person. I strongly believe that he's not that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
But in the back of my mind, there's that fear that he might be serious about that.
Here's what you do. If somebody asks you for money, you go, I earned this money by selling drugs out of and if you want $80,000, you can go and do the same thing.
That's some pretty damn good advice, Geck.
Hey, listen, Andrew. Well, thanks for calling, man. I hope you get all your money, and I hope that you and your friends go have, fun pinball pool parties with it. Is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Well, I hope you have a good day, chat. I have to go take out the trash, but don't let money change you if you ever get any.
Take care, man.
Take care, Geck.
They say money does not change a person. It merely reveals them. But I don't know if that's true, because if you get a really cool car, then maybe you'll be happier. That's how life works. I've learned that's how the more stuff you can accumulate, the happier you will be. This is proven by many psychologists.